After what felt like an eternity, Nintendo delivered the goods. On that fateful day of February 8th, 2023, Nintendo shocked us all. Not only were we finally getting the long-rumored remaster of Metroid Prime, it shadow dropped the same day. In my honest opinion, this is easily the best shadow drop in Nintendo history. Did Nintendo actually give the fans what they wanted? Have they gone mad? It wasn't the entire trilogy like we thought, but I will take this, especially at that cool $40 price point. Cue the excitement. Yes! Let's fly our way back to Talon 4 and fit on our best space boots and talk about that time Nintendo gave the fans what they wanted. I want to preface I've never beaten the original on the GameCube. I consider it to be one of those where the f*** do I go games. That 3D map was just too much for me as a youngster. Combat wasn't crazy hard, but I also only ever made it to the beginning of Phendrana Drifts as a kid. If you ever played, you know that's not terribly far in. Even then, I knew one thing. Prime looked and felt amazing, and I knew I would return to it one day. This remaster was just what the doctor ordered. Metroid Prime was originally released in 2002 for the Nintendo GameCube. Retro Studios, a new gaming startup turned subsidiary developer for Nintendo, worked with much fervor to catapult the game into the stratosphere, and catapult they did, but not without a misfire. The game was met with initial criticism upon finding out that this new Metroid would be in a first-person perspective. Mind you, the last release was the critically acclaimed Super Metroid for Super Nintendo in 1994 and was in 2D. So the new perspective in Prime was understandably jarring at first. The team at Retro poured hours upon hours worth of overtime and cancelled other projects to make sure Prime was up to the Nintendo standard. Retro Studios would prove themselves as some of the best talents in the biz and exercised how Metroid can not only work well in first person, it was perfect. Metroid Prime would garner near universal acclaim. I only ever heard Prime was an incredible game without having played much myself. The last time I played Prime seriously, I was still being read bedtime stories. Probably. Right away, the new visuals took my eyeballs on a wild roller coaster ride. Out of the gunship and onto the space frigate, Samus has never looked this good. Her armor is the shiniest it's ever been. The Switch is not known for its standout performance, but damn did they push the most they could. With the gorgeously redone visuals and performance running at a silky smooth 900p 60 frames in docked mode and 612p 60 frames for handheld mode. Sometimes I would just stare all around the locales, soaking it all in, appreciating each pixel. When you first land in the Talon overworld, the way rain hits Samus's visor and arm cannon is also a sight to behold. Depending if she is aiming up or down, the water trickles in that direction. They did not need to add this level of detail, but it greatly enhanced my immersion in an already immersive experience. I'm a big fan of the way the steam hits Samus' visor when she's in areas like Magmore Caverns. The team took extra care making the world of Talon 4 look awesome for the modern era. The nasties of Talon 4 also got some nice facelifts. The Parasite Queen looks even prettier than she ever has. I mean, look at her! Meta Ridley also looks fiercer than ever, naturally. Even the xenomorph-faced baby she-goths look cuddly enough. This blurs the lines between what a remake/remaster is at this point. They say it's a remaster, but each part of this game has had massive facelifts and quality of life improvements that would lean toward remake status. Unbeknownst to me, the European and Japanese releases had partial and full dialogue options in the cutscenes respectively. I flicked it on towards the end and was a nice addition. Metroid has always been more about the atmosphere and deadness of space exploration, so I actually prefer the quietness of the original cutscenes, but either way, you can't go wrong. There are plenty of ways to play now, too. A modern control scheme has been implemented in addition to legacy options. You can hook your GameCube adapter up and take it back to 2002 for a time. play with detached Joy-Cons for an experience like Metroid Prime Trilogy for Wii, or the brand new modern era controls which I chose for my first playthrough. My gosh, did it play like a dream. It makes the game easier since you can aim with the right stick all around like any modern shooter, but still has a fair challenge. Only a handful of occasions had me begging for health pickups. Phazon Minds, I'm looking at you. You have 3 difficulty choices in easy, normal, and hard being the third one once you beat the main game. I look forward to giving that a whirl at some point to spice things up a bit. The new and improved extra section features concept art new to remastered in addition to all the art from the original release. Some of these drawings of the main worlds needs to be framed in my living room one day. We can even get up close and personal with everyone's favorite adorable parasite queen in the character gallery. You can also jam out to the game's hauntingly stunning OST. I get chills every time I hear that main menu music. This was the poster boy song for sitting on the main menu for 10 minutes before even starting the game. I almost shed a tear hearing it in the remastered reveal trailer. Each locale has an accompanying track that matches the tone exceptionally. The first time you reach Talon Overworld and hear the track Planet Talon 4 left my mouth wide open. It's a stunning arrangement of Brinstar from the OG Metroid and encapsulates awe and wonder as you trek through the rainforest. Phendrana drifts with its subtle but mystical main theme that resonates with the abandoned snow-capped ruins and ice-covered canyons that lie within. Come over to Magmoor Caverns where you got a heavy-hitting track that is boiling hot as the lava that resides there. That's just a few of my favorites. Here's hoping Nintendo makes a vinyl release, but I won't be holding my breath. This was a remaster/remake done phenomenally. Everything that made the original such a beloved masterpiece has been kept intact with a multitude of quality of life enhancements. Upon completion, I stood up from my chair and clapped and had to take a brief reprieve to process what I just played. A gripe shared amongst myself, other gamers, and the industry at large was that the original team members were not listed in the credits and no reason has been given for that. Essentially, there was a general credit for anyone who worked for Retro Studios, but the people who put their blood, sweat, and tears into it deserve their names to be listed. Hopefully an update will be added for that. Thank you to the team, old and new, that made this game what it is and that we got Prime brought over to modern hardware. I'm so happy Metroid is getting so much love and attention as of the time I made this video. If Metroid Prime 2 Echoes and Metroid Prime 3 Corruption get this amount of love, we are in for even more treats. Can't wait to see what Prime 4 has to offer when it finally gets reintroduced to the public. For now, see you next mission.